Okay. What we just is a question we showed you a couple of things yesterday. This is only for the video as well.
Oh, okay.
We showed you the battery with the spark not detonating that, and we talked about valve bounce.
Yeah.
Because you're into engines and so on like that as well. We talked about valve bounce and the concepts of valve bounce. Okay, valve bounce itself is not valve bounce. It is,
Hi folks, this is Joe. But you knew that.
did that get on there?
I hope so.
No, I don't give that Joe bit because people look at me
Who?
face and
No, it's not you, but you know that there's three of him. This is the other third.
Alright. Good on. So, valve bounce and so on, people just don't understand it. Now, it sounds like it's right because if you have a valve which is bouncing at
It's more
the
valve
so-called
crash.
5,000 revs, it's not crashing either. Valve bounce, valve crash, valve, whatever you want to call it.
These are only
He went out that way. Peter, yeah, through
He's
here.
outside. Yeah.
Fella in here looking for you.
Well, I'm only relating the terms that I heard.
Yeah, heard, and that's what most people understand.
Are we going?
Okay, but it's not really. It's not really.
I just called over to thank you for that. This a month ago.
It's not really
Called
exactly
over to
what
thank you
takes
for the
place.
keys last month when you got
Okay,
Yeah,
now
it ended up
it
being-
sounds like valve bounce.
Won't be a sec.
when
Just let me put
you,
this on.
You know, put heavier valve springs on and you go faster before you valve bounce again. So if you're doing 5,000
Come on.
on a standard, you know, okay? Did you want me to hang on for a second?
No, you're right. Yeah. Keep it going.
He's flying around the place.
I was always told that valve bounce, as it was termed, is dangerous to an engine. If you drop a valve, you stuck the piston, you stuck the head, you know what I mean? And most of the valves broke because they were exceeding their limits. The head of the valve would come off and hit the top of the piston.
The collet.
Yeah, that was it. No, the collet stayed there, the valve stem stayed in the head. I saw a head of a valve come off and hit the
Yeah,
piston.
they
There
can do
wasn't
that,
enough
or they
room.
can rip the collets out of the top.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. They're only a long fit.
You right?
Yeah, what I saw was a head coming off.
Oh.
Do you want me to sit closer to it?
No. G'day, Doug.
G'day.
And Joe.
Movie star,
And
Trevor.
Trevor.
g'day. And even better looking. Oh, wonderful.
Put your hands up like that.
This is different.
Okay, what valve bounce really is not that. And so on. What actually happens is I'll draw it for you. It may not pick it up on
Has it got
here, but
something
it
to do
doesn't
with the
matter.
camshaft?
No.
Camshaft can't keep up.
No. Okay.
I don't want to jump the gun. I was just thinking that.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Well, what that one you're saying about the engine's got 10 cylinders working for it,
The dual spark.
the dual spark.
Yeah.
Could it be that you're hearing and you're thinking the valves are bouncing?
No.
Does that happen with all V6 motors, or is it just with certain ones? Are they manufactured to do that, or is it a coincidence?
Well, no. Commodores. What they're talking about is waste spark management, which is double firing. The Commodore uses waste spark management, and waste spark management is that you are using the negative side on the car out here in Australia. You're using the negative side of your coil to put your points in, and that then you're breaking the points, and that then gives you your spark out your coil to fire your your spark plug on compression stroke.
Yeah.
Okay, but
But you see, we were talking about this morning. You've only got 6 pistons in a 6-cylinder motor, right? But you were saying yesterday that you can get 12 sparks.
yeah, what they do is the Commodores use waste spark management. Now, what waste is, it's not waste spark to start with. It is just waste.
Is it
Okay.
burning the gases that would go out the exhaust pipe?
Yeah, so I'll explain it.
Yeah.
So what it is waste, and they don't use the positive side.
Right.
Okay? So that is what a normal car doesn't use, is the positive side of your coil. That just goes around your coil
Yeah.
and then goes back out the negative side into ground. That's what it used to do. Okay? Now it still does that. But what they do is, on the negative side, we break those set of points. And at the breaking of the points, sends the right frequency charge with the condenser to the coil and everything else, and then you get that spark coming out the top. Now, that spark is not got nothing to do with the positive or the negative in the coil. The coil just passes the negative through and goes up the positive wire. The positive comes through, goes around and goes out the negative. Okay, so the spark going down to your spark plugs is a 90-degree spike. It's a new energy, it's a new electricity. It doesn't use any of the positive or negative to actually create it. It is created off the coil, you
Something
know.
I've never heard of. Have you heard of this before?
Tesla's idea, what he come up with, and that's your 90-degree spike. Okay? You're not discharging negative or positive to actually do it. You're setting up electromagnetic field for a couple of coils, you know, primary and secondary in the coil. Okay? That's in the old coil with the oil in there and everything. Now, these later coils, they don't do the same thing. Okay, they electronically break them, computerise everything else, and they're breaking actually the spark, but they're still getting a 90-degree spike. Okay, the coil is a coil, no matter what it is. Okay, now what the Commodore did in 1988, they used it here on the first VNs. Okay, they had it a bit before that, but they used it, and what they did was they also broke the positive wire with a breaking like a set of points. Okay, so your normal points, if you break them, that's where it's lined up for your timing and everything else to fire it. Now, when it closes, it also sends a frequency.
It does.
The same thing, but that one doesn't fire your engine.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand.
So now, what they did was, the Commodore V6 is firing the compression chamber 6 degrees before top dead centre. Okay. Now, what they're doing is the positive is also flowing at the same rate. It's equal. Negative and positive are equal flow at the same time. Okay. So they actually break the positive as well. Now, that positive is opposite to negative. The negative is fired into the compression chamber, and the opposite of that won't fire a compression chamber. So they put it at 6 degrees before top dead centre in the exhaust. Now, the exhaust valve's still open.
Yeah.
Your exhaust emissions are escaping out.
And the pistons
But
coming
like
up.
a two-stroke engine should not